Welcome to Waffles Hardware. Today we are taking a look at an entry-level Intel Xeon processor and see whether it's ready for gaming. First up, the specs of this processor. It's a quad-core supporting hyper-threading, so we are looking at 8 threads, clocked at 3.2 GHz base clock and 3.6 boost. So as you know, the product family from Intel is always pretty structured. So you have your i3, i5 and i7, but that also exists for the Xeon processors, so your prosumer and server processors. And on that part, it's E3, E5 and E7. And the important part about the E3 processors is that usually you don't need a special server motherboard for them, though it is beneficial, but generally speaking, you can run them on normal consumer socketed mainboards. And in this particular generation, it's based on the 1155 socket, and the E5 as well as E7 processors of this generation were based on the 2011 socket. Talking about generally it should work, well, I encountered a few bugs during testing with the mainboard because I used a mainboard from an HP pre-built system. For example, the Ethernet jack wouldn't work properly. It would only work if I would plug in the Ethernet cable, well, then it wouldn't be detected. Then I had to go to the device manager, disable and re-enable it, and then it would work. So just random stuff like this, but that's what you have to expect when you buy a Xeon processor. Now to the important part, the price. Well, I didn't have that much luck on eBay or anything else this time. I only had luck on AliExpress, where you can get this processor for around 35 euros, including shipping, which is actually a pretty nice deal compared to eBay, where you can expect to pay almost double the price. The actual reason why I'm making this video is because I saw the Xeon on AliExpress and thought those specs are almost the same as the i7-3770, which is, by the way, the highest end processor for the 1155 socket. So I went ahead and compared them. Side by side, you can definitely see that the specs are pretty much the same. The only real reason why the i7 is a little bit better is because it has a higher base as well as a higher boost clock, and it supports higher frequency memory. The Xeon only supports up to 1333 MHz memory. When we are only taking a look at gaming, the i7 of course will be a little bit better since it's higher clock than the Xeon. But when we are taking a look at the price per performance, you'll definitely see that since they are not that far apart, the Xeon with half its price is an extremely nice deal. And when you're not looking for those extra, let's say 5 to 7% in performance improvement, the Xeon is a great choice. For all the benchmarks, I used a GTX 1070 as well as 8 gigs of RAM, and for keeping the processor nice and cool so we don't get thermal throttling, I used a Corsair H60 all-in-one water cooling. So with all of that out of the way, here are the timestamps for the different benchmarks, and have fun! Just as I said, the Xeon is a great deal even today, and for those 35 euros regarding this amount of performance, it's a steal, especially when you look at the prices of the mainboards, which hover around 15 to 25 euros if of course you get them used. Like I said in my last Xeon video, those cheap prices for the mainboard as well as for the CPU make a great entry for PC gaming if you are on a budget. If you have any recommendations for the benchmark or specific budget hardware you want to see, just leave a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more of this content in the future, be sure to subscribe.